civilization of the Southeast Asia, which spread across the vast areas of land, which can be present-day India and Pakistan. It began nearly 4,700 years ago on the bank of river Indus, and so it has got the name as Indus Valley Civilization. You all know why people gather or started living near river banks? Because near river banks you get lot of facilities, as water. Main essential thing is water. Water for drinking, water for animals, water for growing crops. All facilities are available near the river banks, so people started living near the rivers. As people grew, it became the civilization. Clear? Now, so it was discovered in 1920 that some people had lived around these areas. Students, you can see on the screen the map, the areas where this Indus Valley civilization has flourished. Can you see the Indus River? Yes, see, these all are the rivers. And first people started living on the river banks. It started from Jammu and Kashmir and till Gujarat. This is Gujarat, this is Rajasthan, and this part of Punjab, Haryana, and Jammu and Kashmir students. So people started living at these areas. Now, the first people who came to from Africa to India were hunter and gatherers. Why hunter and gatherers? Because earlier they had no life to settle. They had no settled life. They were moving from place to place in search of water, food, shelter. So they were hunter gatherers. You have studied these hunter gatherers in grade 4, 3 also. Around 400,000 BC, these people started farming. It is believed that by 2500 BC, many settlers in Indus River Valley region. So this region which is showing on the map with blue color lines, it is called the Indus Valley region. Students clear? These blue color lines are shown as rivers. So people started settling near this river region. Indus Valley civilization flourished from about 3000 BC to 1500 BC. It started developing as early as 4600 BC, reached its peak around 2500 BC, and then started to decline by about 2000 BC. So it started which period? In 4000 BC period. Now, there were two main towns of the Indus Valley civilization. The main two cities were there of Indus Valley civilization. There were Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. Dear students, Harappa and Mohenjo-daro were the two important cities. These towns were located on the banks of the river Indus and the Ravi. See, you can see many rivers have flourished. You can see the river Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Satluj. Okay, and then these all five rivers joined and it became here Indus. And flowing to Pakistan, it went in Arabian Sea. This area is Arabian Sea. Clear? So all these rivers, people started living this river, and Indus was the biggest river. At present also, Indus is the biggest river. At present, what is happening about Indus River? We have small portion of water, and remaining portion it is flowing in the Pakistan, and then it enters into the Arabian Sea students. So this was about the Indus Valley civilization students. I hope it's clear now about the Indus Valley civilization, how it started. Now, uh, many archaeologists in the year 1920 and 22 discovered, they found that ancient city of Harappa and another city that was Mohenjo-daro, southwest of Harappa. And further excavations means खुदाई करते हैं, that is called excavations, revealed that more cities at Ropar, Rangpur, Lothal, Bharatpur and Kalibanga were also discovered. These all cities were called as Indus Valley civilization. See, you can see Kalibanga is in Rajasthan, Lothal, Dholavira, these all are in Gujarat. See, I am showing with the arrow. Students, you can see. See, this Rangpur, Lothal, Surkotra, Dholavira, these all were parts of the Indus Valley civilization. Then here you can see Kalibanga. Kalibanga was part of Rajasthan. Then Harappa, Mehrangarh, Mohenjo-daro. Presently it is in present if we are talking it is in Pakistan, but earlier it was part of India. So these were the places where Indus Valley civilization took place. Students, if you remember, a film has also been made on this Indus Valley that was on the city Mohenjo-daro. Yes, Mohenjo-daro was a film also made on this only. If you can get CD, you can watch that movie also. You can get how earlier cities were there, students. Now we move towards the development, town planning. Town planning means at that time. See, this Indus Valley civilization has the modern cities, the facilities which we are having present time, all drainage system that had these cities. This. These cities, Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, had that facilities so back centuries back. Now, the city was divided into two parts. First was the citadel and the second was lower part. Citadel was the main part of the city. It was built on raised platform and consisted of large buildings and structures which might have been used for religious activities or public gatherings and bath and granaries. Yes. So citadel was made on the raised higher portion, height at height. The place which is on the height was called as citadel. It was built on raised platform and consisted of large buildings and structures which might have been used for religious activities or public gatherings. Yes, when people used to gather for some religious work, rituals, they were gathering at these areas. And they had granaries. Granaries means the place where they can store the grains. Grains yani food crops. Some famous structures in the citadel of Mohenjo-daro were the Great Bath, the pillared hall and the granary. So important things about this city were great bath. Bath means the bathroom. They had great variety of bathroom at that time also. And pillared hall. Hall means where people used to gather all together. As presently we are having buffet halls where we can carried out our marriage ceremonies, birthdays, functions now. At that time also they had halls where rituals, religious functions were carried out. And granary. Granary, as already I repeated, granaries were the place where foods were stored, food grains, crops were stored. The city was spread all around the citadel. और जो लोग रहते थे, they were city around the citadel. Around the citadel, people started living. They cut each other at right angles, and the houses were in such a manner at right angle then cutting. Houses were of one or two stories and were made up of brick, wood, and stone. So they had storage also. One or two stores buildings were there in which people were staying. And these houses were made up of brick, wood, and stones. Each house was built around a courtyard, and each house has a courtyard. Courtyard means open space. Courtyard means open space in the house. There was also well bathroom in every house. Yes. See, at presently also if we go in some villages they don't have bathrooms and toilet facility. But these cities, ancient cities of Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, they had well bathroom, big bathrooms. Means they were called the first modern cities of India. Mohenjo-daro and Harappa and all other cities like Lothal, they all were called as the first modern cities of India because they had well facilities. Today, what we are having now, that was there. These cities were having that facilities. Pipes connected to bathrooms, to sewers, and that drained into big drains. This shows that they had well developed drainage system. Yes, the drainage system which we are having presently was there in that time. In the Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. How it was? See, drainage system was there. Sewer system. Sewers were connected to drains and that drain into bigger drains as presently we are having. So these cities are important and that's why only we are studying to these Indus Valley cities, students. Now we move towards the next. How were the people earning their jobs and work? Occupation. Occupation means the work which people are doing or they are earning. How people were earning at that time. See, these are the pictures. You can see the tools. Tools, yani the things which they were using. Spinning, weaving, and pottery were important occupations. Spinning, weaving, and pottery, pottery making. Potters were doing this. Weaving things on clothes or weaving baskets. All these were the work which people were doing at the time. Agriculture, along with animal rearing, was also a major occupation. Yes, agriculture, along with animal rearing, means they were rearing cattle as they worked. Animals like the buffaloes, sheep, pig, and the humped bull were bred. The elephant, camel, and dog were also domesticated. Copper and bronze were used for making weapons. Yes, they were making the tools of stones. Apart from that, copper and bronze metals were also used for making the weapons and utensils. Besides, ornaments were also made from these stones only. Tools such as axes, knives, spears, and daggers have been discovered. Yes. Tools such as axes, knives, spears, and daggers have been also discovered. Means they have been also found. Okay, the such things were also used by this Indus Valley people. Now we move towards the next thing. So what type of food? These are the tools. Now they what type of food they were eating or what type of food they have grown. Now the diet of the Indus Valley people consists of wheat, barley, mustard, millets and rice. Yes. The crops which they grow as they were staying near the rivers. So they had lots of water facilities. So which type of crops they have grown? That is wheat, barley, mustard, millets and rice. The people were farmers. They grew their own food. Yes, they were not dependent on other people, but they were doing on their own. They were growing own food crops. Which food crops they were growing? They were growing wheat, barley, mustard, millet and rice. They grew peas, melons, and dates. Some fruits also they have grown. Crops were stored centrally in a common granary. Yes, these crops were grown commonly. Common place was there where all were storing their food crops. The people also ate fish, mutton, beef, poultry, and pork, and they were non-vegetarian also. The people were non-vegetarian also. Clear, students? They were eating non-vegetarian things also. What non-vegetarian foods they were eating? Fish, mutton, beef, poultry, and pork. Pork is a meat of pigs, okay? And beef. Beef is a mutton of cows. Clear, students? Beef is the meat of cows and pork is the meat of pigs. So they were non-vegetarian also. Now, see the star packs. Students, you should go through your star packs also while preparing your objectives. Now we move towards the clothes. What type of clothes they were wearing at the time, ancient time. See students, this all we have gone knowledge about after excavations, खुदाई करने के बाद में, because we don't have any evidence. These cities were found some 4000 BC around. So we don't have any that things. We are only excavated. We have found two museums and that. Okay, such people were living. They used such tools, such clothes they were wearing, such food they might have ate. Now, what type of clothing did the man use? Men and women wore colorful clothes. They were wearing colorful clothes, and women wore jewelry also. You can see in the diagram which type of jewelry was worn by the women. Among the numerous treasures that have been found in the excavations at the sites, it is a statue of woman wearing bracelet. You can see what the women were wearing. Women, it seems, were fond of ornaments like earrings, bangles, bracelets, necklace, and anklets made of shells, beads, gold, silver, and copper. So they, it was not that they were only using gold and silver, but they also made the jewelry of copper and stone also. So these women were fond of jewelry, but it was there according to the condition they were using the jewelry. They can be using of stone also, copper also, and precious metals like gold and silver. Razors, bronze mirrors, and combs made up of ivory have been found during excavations. Yes, and the other things also they found during their excavations. This shows that people were interested in grooming. Grooming means dressing sense. By going through these all ornaments, jewelries, and clothing styles, we understand that people were fond of grooming. They were fond of dressing well. Okay, students. Now we move. We stop here only. Okay, students.